everyone, welcome to the very last part of our three-part series on the graduate entry medical program, the application process, how to apply for it, the interview process, as well as the exam. Hopefully you've been watching from part 1 and did not skip to part 3, because part 1 and part 2 have very important points that I believe if you're an applicant in this cycle or the next cycle will differentiate you from another person. You get insider information, kind of courtesy of Martin Van Zie. So Martin,
yes,
what's the interview like?
The interview is, when the list is done, the pass, those who pass is done, the interview is done alphabetical order. So you go how your names are arranged. So whoever is, if your say name is like Aaron or AA, something, you'll be the first or something. I don't know, but it's alphabetical order. You go there, what's the name? So alphabetical order, you sit outside first, so we tell you this is the interview. I'm just trying to ask you some nine. The dean at the time, Mr. Steven, they came, they look like it's anything. Yeah. But the moment I entered the room, hey, I'm telling you, you're your friends. Yeah. So we go for the interview, and like I said, 7-member panel. But they were friendly in a way, because when I entered, can I talk about the whole process?
We'll get to that in a bit.
So that's the interview. I think everyone has like 10 minutes. But everyone on the panel can ask a question. But I think after everyone comes, the different set of people ask a question. So, but usually it's with the dean. The dean now start off ask you to confirm your name first, then tell you that I'm of this. My time is over that if you don't know my name, then you shouldn't be here because I'm the area, something like that. But usually that's like interview is supposed to be like 10 minutes or something like that, and it's usually like friendly if you are prepared, but it can be very intimidating if you're not prepared.
So how do you dress? How do you carry yourself? Those little things apart from what you say in the interview.
Okay, interview. For a guy, this is a professional interview. For a guy, you cannot go there. Of course, they say you should dress well. They don't prescribe that you should wear a suit or something. But as a guy, you should go there in suit every time. Not colorful suit. You don't go there. Not colorful suit. You go there, either have a blue black suit or a black suit or something that shows professional suit. Okay, it's not like you go there with a wedding suit or something professional. Yes, the ladies, look sharp. Your hair must be well kempt. Your fingernails must be. You can go there and they will say, okay, let's see your fingernails. Then you point to that. If I was a patient and you came with these fingernails, you hurt me during your examination. They won't feel you because of that, but it's a way to get an idea of the kind of person you are. So well kept, you're in suit. The ladies as well. There are friends of mine that wear suit. If you are not wearing something decent, it's not jeans you are wearing there, it's not sneakers you are wearing there, it's not any hot makeup or any tattoo piercing or anything. No. You can't wear slippers, sandals. Anyhow, you have to dress professionally. Then you get the same way. The ladies, for example, please, no heavy makeup, no fingernails. If your hair is long, tight, right? They will make the market tight. I tell you, tight. The guys. There's a friend of mine he just didn't want to shave his beard, but he had to, because during the COVID time, what we heard was that when the person, they saw him during the access call, and they realized they had a beard, and when he came for the interview, he had a nose mask. So they asked him, we can't get you, remove your nose mask unless, when you remove it, the beard was so there, and the person is not in Gemp, so whether it was because of that or something, they had to dress for, dress for. Then as with the talking, when you get to the interview proper, like I said, they arrange you guys alphabetically. So let's say you go first, I'm next. Usually, even though when the person comes out, they give you some about 30 seconds for the next person to come. They ask you to come in. Even though they ask you to come in, you still knock, right? You knock, then you hear coming, you go in, then there's a chair there, but you don't wear a set. There's a chair there, you don't wear a set. You go in, you do good morning or good afternoon. They say, okay, good morning, good afternoon, please you can have a seat. Then when you are going inside to make sure that your seat is closed, right? It's when you are sitting down like or something like that, right? You sit down, put your hands, you see how I'm moving my hands. In the interview, I didn't do that because it's seen as disrespectful. You are sitting with your professors and your hand is moving up. You go there, you put either your food or hands, put it inside here or something. Okay, so you sit down, like I said, they give you introduce yourself first. They will ask you confirm your name.
Yeah.
Confirm my name, I was shaking. I'm telling you, confirm my name. Banzil Martin, I was shaking. Which university did you go to? Central University. I was shaking. Then what program do you go? Do you do? Physician assistantship. That's basically then usually the first question I'll hit you when you want to be a doctor. This question, please. I don't have an answer for you. There should be always an answer for you. You personalize it. I mean, anyone you ask, they will tell you personalize it. It's not now that if you don't know why you want to be a doctor, then you shouldn't be applying to come and do the game. So it should be a personalized answer you give them. But they'll ask you different questions. Know this, and I think current affairs questions. Can I talk about the questions?
Feel free, yeah.
Okay, so usually I can remember all the questions that I asked. Why do you want to be? Tell us about yourself first.
Yes.
Tell us about yourself. Boy, I forgot my age. I mentioned the wrong age for them. I'm telling you, I mentioned the wrong age for them. But when I was done, then why do you want to become a doctor? Then I told them my reason why I want to become a doctor. You know, like I said, it's 10 minutes. This is also strategic. It's 10 minutes. Yeah, you ask about 5 or 6 questions. If the dean asks you the first question, why do you want to become a doctor? And you are taking long before you hit the main message, you get your point. His time is up. So it's okay.
Yeah.
If by the time he's telling you it's okay, you have not said really the answer, the something sensible. Means that for his part, you've not really said anything. You move on to the next one. Okay. There are certain questions that they asked me. So why do you want to become a doctor first? When I was done, I said in my answer, you can also direct the interview.
Yes, I agree.
Direct you interview. So in the end, I mentioned that I'm hardworking and I love to serve my community. I love to do community work. Then a lady at the left side said, okay, you have to do your work. You have to help in the community. What have you done so far?
Yep, I got that question.
Yes. While in Central University, we did blood donations, we did medical screening. I've been involved in free outreach. I've been cleaning Capcut or something. It's community service. When I was done with that, they said, "What's current affairs? You can't get me there." I know all the important people in Ghana.
Mr. President.
Yes, for a reason. So current affairs, they will ask you current affairs. Mine time, they asked me about the Russia-Ukraine war. That was why it's happening, what is happening about it. Then that was what was asked. Then they also asked an ethics question. They also asked an ethics question. I mean,
I remember they asked.
If
some scenario, what would you do? They gave me, I remember they gave me a scenario where it was like, I was working in a hospital with my colleague, and then my colleague did something that caused the death of a patient. Would I go and report, or would I speak to my colleague? I was there like, hey, God, do I report? Because I remember they always like, oh, doctors work together, you don't have to sell out. I was like, hey, but then the patients who died, so what do I do? I said, okay, I think I'll report and then speak to my colleague. And then my time, the dean was Prof. Margaret Latte, Auntie Maggie. She's hot. She's very hot. And she was just like, young lady, pick an option. Are you reporting or you're And I think another thing about the interview process is that there's a psychologist on the team. So just don't lie. Because if you're lying, you just pick it up and it sees something so bad about you. A doctor that lies, it doesn't look good on you. And another thing is that sometimes I see this now that I'm in med school now, but I think that they ask the questions not really for the answers you get, but what the answers tell them about you. So something you mentioned about the community outreach like this, maybe they've met someone who has like 100 community outreach, but what that tells them is that you're someone who actually likes to serve. So you can't go there and say that, oh, I like to serve, I like to help, what have you done? There's nothing to show that you've done a lot, you get it around. And I think I also got that question, the community outreach.
My question ethically, I mean, the same man who asked me the question on what is current affairs, he asked me the same question on the ethics. When I was done, so he gave me a scenario. You are not a doctor, and say man, and you are working, and there's this patient you've been treating with your team. You are the head of the team, and you know the patient is chronically ill, and he has confided in you that this chronically ill is terminally ill, right? He has confided in you that he's suffering too much, he wants to die, help him, what will you do? Then I knew this question and I knew the answer. I said, oh, it's easier. When I said the situation, and that was it. I mean, that's what it's about. I mean, a patient wants to die, you want to basically. I started it's easier first of all. It's more legal in Ghana. Charlie, that was it. Then the rest of it. By the time I was done with that question, I knew I would get that question. I mean, those are friends of mine that were there. She must have a hobby. It's also something they ask. Sometimes they'll ask you what is your hobby, and people will feel like if I tell them I play video games, and it's not a serious answer. But I mean, something they told us was that the medical school is stressful. Being a doctor and eventually is also stressful. If you are someone you don't have a hobby, they feel like with time you may be suicidal because the thing will stress you or something. If they ask you for a hobby, say the truth. They ask someone what's their hobby, he says he likes cooking. They feel that how do you prepare a bank coin? So it can be anything. I mean, how do you prepare a bank coin? So whatever we are saying, like you said, there's a psychologist on the team. If you lie and they catch you, and they will catch you. The psychologist has been working for that long. If they catch you, they are in trouble. But as much as possible, there are certain basic things you should expect. Why do you want to become a doctor? What have you done for the community? You should know. Current affairs. By that time, the new government will be in. The Minister for Education, you need to know. Minister for Health, you need to know. Speaker of Parliament, you need to know. International current affairs, who is the Prime Minister of Britain, who is the Prime Minister, who is the current Ballon d'Or. Those things, a lady, for example, will not be expected to know. But when you see, just say, oh, I don't know. If you say you don't know that one, no one will fault you. Okay, and all the certain things are there. I don't know is the right answer. Trying to say something otherwise is not a good answer as well. When you are done with that, a physician assistant for certain, I think almost everyone is asked a ethical question. Whether, a friend of mine too was also asked the same question, right? You are a doctor and you've seen that your colleague is inebriated, he's drunk, and he's about to see patients. Are you going to allow the colleague to see the person? You are a doctor, someone is coming to marry your sister, and that person is HIV positive. Are you going to go to your sister or
These
not?
are heavy questions. To continue from where we left off, we're talking about the questions you are likely to be asked during the interview process.
Yes, like I said, I mean, this whole process, you have to be tactful, you have to be, know what you have to do at every point in time. For the interview, like I said, the dean or whoever is the head of the panel always asks you, tell us why you want to become a medical doctor. It's a question that is there, like we all agree, it has to be a personalized answer. It's not like I should give you why I want to become a medical doctor, then it's just, but there are certain things that are wrong actually. Here, someone told me that you cannot go and say you want to become a medical doctor because my father wants me to be a doctor. It's a wrong thing. And that one is very wrong. At this age, your father wants you to do this. So they'll immediately I can tell you, they say, hey, if your father says you should stop, you will stop or something like that. So that is a wrong one. I mean, I can often say that is wrong. Or you say, oh, because of money. Whether that's what you really want, let it be in your heart. Don't voice it out. But everything else, you have to make sure that the answer is personalized. And why? What are the things you've done for the community? Many people think you have to have given money to the needy or something. What have you done? I mean, if you want to the bus stop to go and clean you are part of anything, you can do that. For what is caring? What is caring? Usually start from Ghana. What is caring now? And what is also caring either in Africa or what is caring in the world? Okay, you have to know a bit of it. Then some history. I mean, and there are people they ask about who's the Prime Minister of Britain. I mean, I'm not in the UK, but you need to know that people will go there, who's the best footballer in the world. Certain things are there. Like I said, you also need to know the also an ethical question. It's just right that they see where they gauge your morality.
So the next thing we would like to tackle is after the interview, what next?
After the interview, you have to wait again. You have to wait another publication, wait to see whether you finally make it to the medical school admission list. So usually, the interview ends on a Friday, Thursday, Friday. Then the following week, either the Friday usually it will come. If it doesn't come, it comes there in 2 weeks time, the Monday. So usually you do the interview, they will tell you to come within the following week. Actually, they tell you that you will hear from us.
Yeah.
But usually with time, we realize that either comes the following week Friday, or to come the following week in 2 weeks' time, the Monday. Yes, that's what happens.
Okay, that's fine. And how much is the fees?
The fees is it's not that cheap, but it's also for the course, for the what you want to do, it's worth it anyway. The fees is as at last time it's 25,217 cities. 25,217 cities, and it's for 4 years. You pay that fees for 4 years, but usually the first year fees, when you pay the 25,217 cities, going to clinical year, the fees has reduced to 24,585.
Yeah.
Right, so you always reduce it by some margin because first you are paying for ID cards, you are paying for certain things that will not be carried on to the next one, but usually that's what happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, that's fine. So now that we've spoken about the whole process, let's tie this in with talking just a little bit about the Gemp program. How long is the Gemp program and how many semesters is it? At what point do you join the clinical years and all of that?
Loaded question. So the Gemp program is 4 years, right? It's a 4-year sort of prep program for you to get the MBC. It's 3 semesters. It's 4 years, but 3 semesters. So usually, like I said, we agree. Usually you start in April or May. Usually April or May. I think right now the timetable they're sorting out to start at April. Somewhere first week or second week in April. Then you are doing 3 semesters. The first semester, each semester is about 5-6 months.
Yeah.
So the first semester you do 3 modules. You do anatomy, cell biology, genetics. Then you do immunity and infections, 3 modules. Then you go for vacation for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
No, 1 month. Okay. Then after the 1 month, you come for the second semester. You're doing 5 modules: respiratory, GIT, CVS, med, and mechanisms of disease, and so 5. Then you go for a break again. That break usually either 2 months or 1 month and some 2 weeks. That's the second semester. Then you come back for the third semester. The third semester you do 5 modules. You do renal, you do neuro, you do hematology, you do community health and population studies, then you do psychology and sociology. 5 different modules. When you are done with the third semester, then you are done with the Gemp phase itself.
Yeah.
Then you transition to the medical phase, the clinical phase. And that's level 5. When you are done with the Gemp phase, you are done with level 3, you transition to the clinical phase. That's level 400, 500, 600. So when you are transitioning to the clinical phase, after the third semester you give, then you compete with those who are regular students, class of 2029, who are currently attending the MB2, some campus join together. We are one class and everything.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. So this sort of wraps up our 3-part series on the application process for the graduate entry medical program in the University of Ghana Medical School. So any final remarks?
For final ones, first please go and watch the video. All the information you want to give it free of charge, literally. So watch the video. I think by the time you are done with part 1, you'll be testing for part 2. When you are done with that, you'll be testing for part 3. By the time you are done, I think literally you will know everything that I know in my head. That we all
about the Gemp program.
And that's the first thing. The second thing would be, I wish everyone that's applying the very best of luck. I mean, you come to class, you realize that we are about 400 or more or something. Last year we were almost 400. They applied and all that. You may get intimidated, get scared that what if I don't make it? I'll guess that you told yourself, what if I make it? And put in the effort, that will be commensurate with wanting to make it. Okay, so wishing everyone the best. It's a crunchy process. There's still time. People will think that, well, others have started ahead of me. It's not too late. If you want to do it, you can. I think I was listening to something Max said. He said, if you give yourself 30 days to clean your room, you clean it in 30 days. If you give yourself 3 hours, 1 hour to clean your room,
Mr. President.
So I hope you'll give yourself some few days to make sure that this gets all the best.
Thank you so much, Martin, for joining me today on this 3-part series. I hope it's been very helpful to any prospective applicants, or if applying in this cycle, if you know someone who is applying in this cycle, please share this video to them. If you are now watching part 3 and you skipped 1 and 2, go and start from 1 and do the 2 and do the 3, because I think it's things that I wish someone would have told me before I started the Gemp application process, and we've given it to you free of charge. So like Martin said, we are going to link our social media handles in the description box. We're also going to put a link to a WhatsApp group that you can join and get real-time answers to the questions that you may have, and also a Google Drive link to the access course material so you can start learning. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!